you, what more can we say? We have the cheapest tops here at St Andrews. They gotta give us what we're longing for. It's Birmingham forever, let's hear it from the stand. So come on, sing this song once more. We are lads from Tilton, who support you till the end.
It's 7:30 on the evening, ladies and gents, girls and boys, and here we are at the Tilton Talk Show, coming to you live via Zoom from our respective properties around the country. This show is sponsored by Boylesports, principal sponsor of Birmingham City Football Club, and of course the Garrison Company and M.A.Reilly French Polishers, and in conjunction with our good friends at Image Cleaning, and everybody else, a plethora of people. I start this week, guys, with a little sad story. My Auntie June sadly passed away last week. That was my dad's sister. And my Uncle Fred and my dad were responsible for taking me to my very first game. My Uncle Fred passed away quite a few years ago, but thoughts with Steve, Bev, Steph, and the rest of the family and everybody else that knew her. And thank you for all those wonderful memories I had as a child. You were lovely. God bless you. Right, that's that one anyway.
Never nice, is it? Really?
No, I know, mate. Like, I know these things happen.
Yeah.
I know. Look, Chris, these things happen. It's going to happen to you. It's going to happen to me. Probably you sooner than me, really.
Yeah.
You know,
I agree.
Because I mean, you're that much older, and then probably
I'm a lot
Linda
older,
first, even Linda first.
Oh, crikey!
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know.
Okay, we've got a reduced capacity today. Craig's trying to get in. He's just dung the bell.
He's in. He's out. He's out.
I know, in, out, shake it all about. And we've got no Paul Hipkiss with us tonight, so the Savant is missing, and he's not very well, so get well soon. It's not COVID, don't worry about it. I'm not going to say what it is, but and it's not a transmitted disease either, so, you know, so it's, he's just got some issues going on at the minute, so Paul, get well soon, mate.
It's not nice.
And that's everybody from not only the Tilton Talk Show, but every single listener out there. You know, hey, hope to see you back here as soon as possible, kid. You know.
Yeah. Get well
so we can give you a lift.
Yeah. And completely slag you off. Now, we were to have Richard Golding. I think he's having problems coming on, or he's just forgot. But we're hoping he's going to join us shortly.
Yeah.
How do you forget?
I don't know. I have no idea, Brian. It's just one of them things, Steve.
With us tonight, we've got, of course, Mr. Robe himself, Mark Adams.
Hello, everybody.
Chairman of the board, Alan Watton.
Good evening, everyone.
We have Craig Courtney.
Hello, yeah.
And, of course, Oliver Bohemia.
For one night and one night only, especially for Linda, it's Jezza.
It's what, sorry, Craig?
For one night only, I want to be known as Jezza. Just to keep Linda happy.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, why Jezza?
Apparently he looks like him.
Jeremy Clarkson. That's his doppelganger.
Okay. I can see it. Yeah. I can see it. Because he's quite ugly as well, isn't he?
Brutal. Easy.
Well, you know.
Love it.
Okay, so
no win for the Blues over the weekend, and I lost to Beer. I gained one against the West Bromwich Albion match, but certainly lost one against the Forest. 2-0 down. And, of course, we lose Etheridge as well. Again, horrible injury. I hope you get well soon, buddy. I've seen the swelling on the side of his face, man. It just looks really bad. It looks bad. So Neil Etheridge, from everybody at the Tilton Talk Show and every Birmingham City fan, and I'm sure every football fan up and down the country, get well soon.
I think he's out now, isn't he? Out.
He's out of hospital. He's back home, but it was a brutal blow, wasn't it?
Yeah. It was brave. Because obviously, it was brave of him. And it's a challenge, to be fair. There's nothing wrong with the challenge.
I think it was a foul. It didn't look like a foul, really.
It wasn't a foul, no. He got the ball. He got the ball first. But, not a bit of a non-event game-wise, wasn't it?
Okay, so, look, we're probably... I think we're safe, right? I don't think there's any chance of us going down now. And with that loss for Derby the weekend, that is disastrous for them. And they've got Fulham next.
Yeah.
Can't see them getting anything there. I can't. And I, you know, with the locals obviously around here, it's all doom and gloom. They, you know.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh yeah, it is, isn't it? Where are Fulham in the league?
Top of the league.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah.
But can I just say that was a stunning result for Coventry yesterday. That's going to be a really tough game on Friday.
Yeah. Good result for Tottenham as well.
When we're going to play them.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Ray Helbro says the cream will make the itch go, Paul. I don't think it's a cream that he needs.
Oh, no.
And thanks everybody for your nice messages. Ed Sheeran at the Roost. Chris, what do you know about it?
Oh, wasn't that great?
I didn't see it until tonight, mate.
Oh, right, yeah. No, it was. I don't know much about it. I just know that he was there, and at first I thought, it's one of those, looking like his. But no, apparently it was him. Mm. So I played it at the beginning of the show. I don't know if everybody saw it, but yeah, it was him.
Yeah.
In all his ginger glory.
Gregory Beasley says, even from Paul's call, the whom of Elvis. I've never understood what that means, but we may be doing a little Elvis impersonation a little bit later, ladies and gentlemen. You never know. We may, or we may not. Who knows? Chairman of the board, did you go to the match on Saturday?
No, I didn't. I got to be honest, I'm skint. I had my gas bill.
You've got to buy a loaf of bread.
And I can't afford to go to away matches anymore. Disappointing. The bits I saw, we played some good stuff without any real bite, cutting edge. 2 goals, very poor. I don't want to get on this Lee Bowyer out bandwagon.
Oh, God. Give up.
Yeah, I'm certainly not on that. But I do question the selection on Saturday. We were never going to score a goal with that team.
No.
One striker, who's 5'8". No, we're never going to score. We should have had 2 strikers up front. Troy Deeney's been doing nothing for the last 6 weeks. Chomping at the bit to get on. They put him on in the 82nd minute. He should have been on from the start.
Or if it's his first game back, say 60 minutes. So give him half an hour.
Good half an hour.
Yeah, at least.
Yeah.
As for the defence, we're just, we're back in that situation where we always look like we're going to concede a couple of goals. And if we don't score, it's another 2-0 defeat. How many of them we had? And I'm dreading the point where probably by Friday we could even be, because if Barnsley lose another game, that's us safe. I don't want to see this going through the motions, giving people a chance and all that nonsense. We want to get 55 points on the board, and then we can say, yes, we've done a decent job considering the circumstances, injuries, suspensions, etc. Poor goalkeeper, he was out for nearly half the season with COVID, and comes back and gets knocked out senseless. I mean, that's and Chong as well. He was out for ages. He's out again now. We were getting our side back, and it starts to fall apart again, and
that's
it's
blues,
so
isn't it?
frustrating.
Yeah.
So frustrating. And we, it's easy. We should be better than that. And I think, given a fair crack of the whip, we would have been. We'd have been in marks 2-3 places above halfway, which Marcus all said all season that he would be happy with. And now I've got to the point where I would as well. But no, I don't want the season to peter out. We've got a big match on Friday, Coventry City.
Listen, how well have they done?
Well, exactly.
And Luton as well. Luton Town.
Name a player in the Coventry side that you'd say we could do with him. We wouldn't mind him. Can you name one? No. Can you name one in the Luton side? Can you name one in the Huddersfield side?
I don't know any of them. I promise you.
Forest is the only one in that top six where I say, well, there's one or two decent lads in that team that we've got one of them, haven't we, on loan, but there's one or two good players in that side, and they've come strong. But the rest of the division, you're thinking, well, why are we below them? Let nobody. They've done that. But we've just lacked consistency because we can't put the same team out two weeks running.
We have to, and also, of course, it would have been a bit of a squeaky bum time if it weren't for points deductions, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We don't. What would we be? Had to be 2 points clear.
Yeah.
Somebody said a few minutes ago that Derby could still be in for another points deduction because they didn't meet the deadline on something or other. But Scott Strange is saying Bowyer got it wrong again on Saturday with only bringing 2 strikers on when we went 2-0 down.
Well, I went. Mr. Courtney, me and Craig went on Saturday, and as soon as that lineup came out, we were having a drink by the Trent, and I just heard a splash, and Craig had jumped in the Trent.
Yeah, I can't. I don't blame him.
It was like
Mark. You have to have a wash sometimes, mate.
Yeah. No, I think somebody went. Jezza.
No, it was very, very disappointing. I mean, like you say, it was almost like we should have just gone for it. I can take losing 2-0, but just have a go. One up front in a game that's almost like a dead rubber to us. Just go for it. Just have it.
All right, James Smith has just said, just on the phone to Richard now, he's stuck on the M42. Do you still want his 1-11? We want him to come on if he can.
Want him to come
on? To be honest with you. Yeah, love him to come on.
No, he's
Super guy.
Come on.
Super guy. Safe, so pointless playing Richards and basically anybody who won't be a pre-season training. Don't quite get that one, Scott. Sorry. Alan, there's a lot of players I'd like from Luton and Coventry, from Harry. And big match Friday, it's my birthday. But unfortunately, Chris has just changed the video, so I can't tell you that was from. He only gets one job a week.
Well, I'd like to hear these players from Luton particularly, because they've got a bloke playing. I'm watching it now, M.A.Reilly, who we got rid of 6 or 7 years ago, and he's in their first team now. So, I mean, I'm not saying there aren't one or two decent players in the Luton side. Of course, they've got Cameron Jerome. Do we want him back? He's nearly 36.
No, you look. You know what? You can't.
Yeah, maybe not.
You can't really have a 36-year-old playing Championship football, can you? I know he is at the minute, but there is a definite progression where he's going to go, right?
Yeah.
Because Chris knows once you start to get old, and you'll know, Alan. I think you're probably older than Linda, right?
Yeah.
I'm older than the Conker tree.
No one's old. No one's older than Linda. Nobody.
Oh dear.
It just goes to show though with Luton, there's no standout players in that squad.
No.
It goes to show how
teamwork.
Good
it's teamwork, Ali. Just
teamwork.
Exactly,
that's what I mean. Yeah. It goes to show
when I say teamwork, I mean from the gaffers to the manager to the team and to all the staff underneath, right? Because everybody has to play a part.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. And it's concerned because keeping the same squad together, like Luton have done and Coventry have done. They've come through the lower leagues together. They've kept that same nucleus for 2 or 3 years, and it's paying off. Obviously,
I mean, Coventry City, Mark, were the longest football team to ever stay in Division 1 kind of the Premier League. Yeah. The longest ever.
Yeah.
And then look what happened to them.
Mm.
I used to love going to Highfield Road. Oh, that was a
pleasure.
pleasure.
What a great ground.
I
loved it.
Me and my brother, Mick, Tim Swinnerton, Gamby and Aggis, we were walking down the road, obviously with our blues tops on and all things like that.
Is that the real names?
Yeah. That's
Army Cast.
Somebody threw a garden gate at us. This garden gate comes.
Oh
dear me. Oh, golly.
That's just giving me an idea now. That's Army. Which character are you?
Right, okay. Right, Dad's Army. Ladies and gents, girls and boys. There is 5 or 6 of us in the... was Craig Courtney gone? Or is he still there?
No, he's gone. He's gone. I don't know where he's gone. Yeah.
Which Dad's Army character are we? Which Dad's Army character are we? No, I don't want the Tilton Talk team to say a word. I want the people.
You know what? There's a couple that are pretty obvious.
Which Dad's Army character are we?
Actually, there's 3 that's pretty obvious. But they don't like you. They don't like you up them, apparently.
They don't. No, Paul McCarthy wants to know, do you think, Bo, you will get the backing next season? Backing from where? Backing from who? Who is the who?
Yeah,
where is the where? I don't know.
Our management team is made up of 90% ex-Birmingham people, which is great. I've got a feel for the club, etc., etc. Now, I can't imagine that having put that team together, somebody is going to get rid of the manager, he's not even the team. I mean, technically, Craig Gardner is the man in charge, and Lee Bowyer is below him. You're not going to take him away. It just beyond any logic whatsoever. You know, we're all disappointed in the situation we find ourselves in, but there's been extenuating circumstances,
as there is every year.
Well, yeah, and we've had this ground nonsense as well, which is piled up on us, you know, and you where I sit and when I watch it on the TV, you can't see any spectators.
No.
I know that's horrible.
It's
just. You know, I'd love to take my 2 granddaughters to Birmingham, but I wouldn't take them till the ground's fit. You know, I want to take them and say, this is what it's like.
Alan, I'll be dead straight with you. It's part of the reason that I don't go as much as I used to. I haven't been since like early on in the season, mate. You know what? I mean, this is me. Like I am. Like it's tattooed on my arm. It's tattooed in my heart. It's around my neck. I've got a museum, and like I'm that lethargic about going and doing that hour and quarters drive. Oh, mate, and I don't want to be like that. I want to be like I was back in the 70s, right? It was everything to me, every single Saturday, because we never used to play on Wednesdays and Tuesdays back then, right? It was Saturday, 3:00 in the afternoon, and I want to get back to that desire again. Yeah,
I understand that.
And Alan, I promise you. And I will tell Birmingham City this when we have that fans review, whenever it's going to be.
During the war?
That I have lost my desire to go to St Andrews.
Yeah.
And that is so sad.
Yeah.
Yeah. There was a time where, you know, well, still is for a lot of people, but there was a time where you couldn't be anywhere else. And
Chris, it was my week. Right, I'd go on a Saturday, right, and then I'd talk about it on the Sunday, and then I'd go to work on the Monday, and I'd talk about it on the Monday, and the Tuesday, and the Wednesday, and then on the Thursday and the Friday, we'd start talking about the next game, and then you bang on that game, home and away.
And then on the Saturday, you'd climb over the turnstiles.
Yeah,
and
we didn't do that. We used to skunk the train fare sometimes.
Oh yeah, no, I used to do that. And getting at half time for free.
At Bawdsley Station, you know, the one on the bridge.
Yeah.
The 2 lads there, we used to buy them a whiskey in the pub.
Oh right, okay.
Come on through, boys.
We've all done it. The old Harvey Andrews song. There's one line in it, when the Blues are playing.
I'll be there.
I know.
And that's
Alan, I've got to get back to that stage, Alan, in life, because Birmingham City has been my life, and I mean my life. I have put Birmingham City before weddings, before holidays, before anything, before everything. Right. And I'm not there at the moment. I'm not at that, and I can't. I just can't feel that kind of.
Oh, it's so come wind, rain, sleet or snow. Family tradition says I have to go.
You got it, Chris. Well done.
It's in my blood, and I don't care if the blues are playing, I'll be there. That was the Elvis bit. That was the Elvis bit at the end.
That's Lady Gaga.
Where did you get that from, Mark?
Can I just quickly say this? Wendy Mills is having her head shaved.
She is. I got the message. Yeah, I've got.
You know the details. Okay, you put it forward then.
I will do in a bit. Yeah.
Okay, good stuff. Yeah.
Just after the show finishes.
All right. Yeah. Sure.
Oh, Wendy, you're a lovely person. Don't worry.
Yeah, she's fantastic.
Amazing. You're another Auntie Linda, and of course a member of the Tenor Ladies. And
Not as old.
No, nowhere near as old. But if you don't know the Birmingham Tenor Ladies, right? The Tenor Ladies are a group of ladies, and they do an awful lot of things for other people, and it would be great to have them all on a show one night, Chris.
Yeah, would be. Yeah. What, just me and everybody?
Will we?
No.
A word in 10 women. 10 women versus 5 blokes. We've got no chance, mate.
Okay, then here we go. Then Alan, he's Captain Manwaring. I'm Pike.
Pike.
Mark is Jones.
Yeah.
Craig Wilson. Craig is Wilson. Yeah, that's a good one.
Easy.
I love it. And Nick, yep. You're Godfrey.
I'm just wet myself.
Thanks, Dad.
Right, I honestly thought I was going to get Jones.
Yeah, no.
I thought I'd be Pike.
Oh, yeah. Mate, amazing. Brilliant. Oh, God. Paul Lipkiss, let's not forget Paul Lipkiss. We'll
find one.
Somebody take over because this is killing me off.
No. We'll find one for him. Just going back to Lee Bowyer. We just can't keep changing managers every year, can we?
No.
We've got to give him at least another season, surely.
Yeah, he's earned another year, hasn't he? I mean, I said it before, but my own opinion, all this Bowyer out talk is always on social media.
It is you.
At the games, you haven't heard nothing.
Mark, back in our day, Mark, right? If you wanted your manager out, you would shout it and scream it across those terraces, right? And that was the way that we had things done back in the 70s, 80s. And then, of course, social media's coming now. And look, we could be on the brink of World War III here, right? Okay. And I fear for not only this country, but for the world, right? When kids get up in the morning, Mummy, can you sterilise my keyboard before I play my game? Like, God, mate, look, there's no guts in anybody anymore, is there?
No.
Huh? Like I say, if we wanted a manager out, mate, we would get that manager out on a Saturday between 3 and 4:45 or whatever time the game finished, right?
Yeah.
And believe me, the shouting would make the decisions.
I remember leaving the ground. We were 3-0 down to Brentford, and Dave Mackay was the manager, and he was sitting in the director's box. He wasn't on pitch side. He never did. And I left 20. It's the only time I've ever done it. Left 20 minutes before the end. We were 3-0 down. We were dreadful. And as we were walking past that box, there were people making really vile comments to him, and he knew for definite, if he didn't know that before, that
it was time to go.
Wanted him out, and I'm not excusing their behaviour. It was dreadful, but as you say, it was person to person. Didn't put an email or a Twitter out. They pointed at the guy and said, "Why don't you?"
Look what the fans did to Sullivan and Gold, and look what they've achieved now. Look what they've achieved now, right?
Absolutely.
If we'd have only have kept those people, I certainly don't think we would be in the position that we are now. We'd be a Premier League team with a top-notch stadium, right, and a top-notch team around us. I honestly believe that.
Yeah.
This is Stephen Gill's opinion, and it is his opinion. 4 wins in 23 under Lee is not good enough. If he doesn't get a good enough start at the beginning of next season, he'll be in trouble. It reminds me of when he was at Charlton in the Championship. A good start, then the second half of the season, they got relegated. Hope he can turn it around.
You know what? I hope Lee can turn this around because Lee Bowyer played for us in those Carling Cup games and the Carling Cup final, and he gave us 1/11th of the best days of our lives ever. Right? We'll remember that forever, right? Until the day that we've got no breath left in our body, right? Don't forget Lee Bowyer, right? Played his part in the Carling Cup final when we beat Arsenal 2-1. He played his part and he's come back. Why would you come back? Do you know what? Because you've got desire and you've got passion. Huh?
Mm-hmm. And he was getting sacked.
and then people are talking about sacking him.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
It could be his downfall though, Nick. You know,
sorry, Craig.
It could be his downfall. He's back. He's done all of that. The expectations are perhaps too high. I still go back to the fact it's not his team, and that people need to give him chance to build his team. I've seen a couple of comments that are saying, give him the chance to build a team, and if it doesn't start well and it start next season, then perhaps things will change. I couldn't echo that anymore.
Wow.
I'm the same as Mark, right? We were both there on Saturday. There was no noise from people saying he had to go. What I will say was there was an awful lot of people saying that he didn't start with the right setup on Saturday.
And we can all make mistakes at work.
Brilliant. Yeah.
We can all make mistakes at work, Craig.
Exactly. But he, again, as well, can only go with what he's got. I personally don't think there's anything in it. I think he'll still be around. That perhaps he's a falling out, but sometimes falling outs are good.
Yeah.
It just shows that passion's there between the pair of them to want to take things forwards. And perhaps they'll meet in the middle. You know, if Craig's just saying, I'm not signing these people, he might want to. If he lets him have one, things will change.
Yeah.
So you think there's a dispute between Craig and Lee Bowyer?
I don't know whether it is, but it has to be the manager's decision on bringing players in. It has to be.
The thing is, we're talking about disputes between players or management. That has always happened. It's always happened. It's only because of social media. You know,
Here's a great point. From Jason McDonough. The home atmosphere has been awful in the last couple of years. No, Jason, you're wrong.
It has.
You're wrong. The home atmosphere has been awful for the last 10 years, mate. 10 years.
Probably
10 years.
That, yeah.
Way before Bowyer, yeah.
So why is that? Why is that? Because we go away, we can make a noise. But
and we do. We make an awful noise.
But those people that go away are also at the home games.
Yeah, but you're in somebody else's
What makes them not?
Because you're in somebody else's territory.
Yeah, I understand that.
Right, and football is tribal. Because you're on somebody else's territory.
Yeah,
you're going to go there and
I understand that, and I also don't go with the fact of we've got nothing to shout at. That never used to be the case. We used to. That's why we used to shout.
Have we, as a club, honestly, in all the years I've been down there, we haven't had things to shout about.
No,
we are a club that is always fought. We're a working man's club, and we always fight for what we've got in front of us. It needs to. I agree. The atmosphere is terrible. And it is. It's a huge difference between being at home and being away. I can't put my finger on why, because the people that were there, those people making the row and getting behind the team, are also in the stadium when they're at
the stadium.
They're there together.
The stadium's half empty. That's part of the problem, Craig. Surely,
right?
Sure. Let's go back, Chris. Let's go back, Alan. Right? Okay. Let's go back to the 70s. 25 minutes before the game had started. the noise coming out of St Andrews used to shake the planes out of the flipping sky from Elmdon Airport.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah,
with 5, 6, and 7,000 down there as well. So it's around. Part of it, unfortunately, is who goes at this present moment. And
I think that's what it is, Craig.
People have got.
It's not. Yeah. There are a lot of youngsters that weren't around when we did make a noise, so they're not used to it. They're part of this new breed of I know tactics. I know how to do this. I know that. I know who the manager should be. You know.
Here you go, Chris. Here you go. Ready?
Exactly. You know, that's what it is.
My keyboard before I play my game.
But I think it is. I think that's what it is. They don't know what.
They don't do paper rounds to earn enough money to go to a game on a Saturday. They don't do 2 paper rounds a day.
No, and you finished yours on Friday, didn't you?
I did. That was my last one.
Sadly, as well, though, I think going back to the older generation, I do think a lot of people have come to the end of the road with Blues. A lot of the
sorry, Mark. Can you call us the more senior supporters rather than the older generation?
I don't think he was talking to you.
Unless we're talking about Auntie Linda, at which point that's the very old supporters.
Yeah.
No, I think there's a wide section of people who have washed their hands of Blues, so that's it. I'll look at the odd score from the armchair or whatever, and I'm not going to go.
Mark, I was amazed when I was young, right? Walking up, and there were no seats, walking up either the Cop or the Tilton, on the end of the game, I've been coming here 50 years and I've never seen such... Do you know what? I've been going there 50 years now.
Yeah.
And I have never, even when we were in Division 2, right, and 3, I have never, ever witnessed a crowd like this.
No.
I think you're right.
No, it's never been.
You know what? In the early 90s, there'd be 5,000 of us there, and I thought that was a big crowd.
Yeah,
but I'll tell you what, we made some noise. We made noise, mate. I promise you. We made noise.
Do you think because it was standing as well? I mean, that
makes
it did make a lot.
Difference,
it Chris, did because you're more close, aren't you? More huddled. You know, you're more cuddly.
Standing with my 5-year-old son on my shoulders and my hair on in my hand. Huh?
That's right. Yeah.
Every time there's a quarter.
Yeah. Somebody peeing up your back. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Happy days.
That's it. Fag ash in your hair.
It was probably you peeing up everybody's back.
Yeah. Yeah, but I think that's got to have a lot to do with it. Standing. I think it has.
Don't you think though the average person could afford it? I mean, I'm lucky. I've had 23 years in a row, and you know, but I'm lucky I can just about afford it.
My dad went mad, Mark, when it went up to 50 pence to get in. 50 pence to get in the Blues. Huh?
Yeah.
I'm not paying that to come here. 50 pence.
I think what it is as well in those days, I can't ever remember thinking, I can't go down this week. I can't afford it. You know what I mean? I just can't remember that at all. I never used to think about money because it was so little.
I would have sold my mother to go to a game, I promise you.
Yeah.
Anything.
You went down. You found, you know, it wasn't a lot of money. It wasn't a big expense, but now, like, it's a couple of £100 if you're taking a family out.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
And
ridiculous.
The rest, probably.
And, of course, £1,000 for fuel.
Yeah. Exactly.
I mean, like I said, I'd love to go to every single away game. I'm going to go to all the home games, but I'd love to go to every single away game. But, you know, with bills and a house and family, you just can't afford it. Fair play to people who do, but I'll be honest, I can't afford it every away game.
Mark, what's that behind you?
Hey, what's behind me?
Yeah, what's behind you?
Behind you. To do it.
What's going on?
Blind.
Oh, a blind. I thought it was a TV. I was going to say sell it. Sell it and get your away tickets, mate. Sell your property, sell your family, sell everything.
Nick, ask me what's behind me.
What's behind you, Chris? Dun, dun, dun.
I'll show you.
He's going to show us. A poker pie hat.
Poker pie hat.
Right, ask me what I've got at work tomorrow.
was that, Nick?
I can't hear because I haven't got the headphones on.
Yeah, headphones on. Ask me what I've got at work for tomorrow to eat.
What have you got? Pucker?
A steak pucker pie. Steak and gravy pucker pie. Fuck. I might go in a minute, actually, and have it.
What's up to Craig? Is he in? He's out. He's in.
Also, this week, ladies and gentlemen,
smelt that one.
a lady at work, Sue, it's probably 72, 73, something like that, right? And she writes all the reminders out for the MOTs that go out on postcards. And she was actually at, I think I've told the story on here, the 1966 World Cup final. Okay, so she was at Wembley Stadium for the 1966 World Cup final, but she worked for the dog track, all right, and they had to do some work for the dog track and had got a free ticket to go to the World Cup final. I went home, she said. The World Cup final. I spoke to her last Monday, and by Tuesday morning, ladies and gents, she had died. Boom, like that. A lovely, lovely lady. Always had a laugh. Proper Cockney white bird, you know what I mean? So, Sue, thanks for everything you've done for me over the last 12 months, 18 months, and the laughs that we've had together, just incredible. And, like, you've got to live every day, haven't you? You've got to live every single day like it's your last one on earth. You know what? One day you will be right.
Right then, Nick. I'm going to play this snippet
Lee
from
Bowyer's, Lee Bowyer's after match interview. Here we go.
Well, we have to start with that injury to Neil Etheridge. It was a quite a high-speed collision with Jed Spence. Is there any early update on his condition?
He came off with a concussion. He was out cold the whole time that he was getting treated on the pitch. Obviously now he's gone to hospital and he'll be getting checked over, so we're just waiting for hopefully some good news.
You want your keepers to be on the front foot and sweep those things up, and he's came to deal with a ball that you'd expect him to come out and contest.
Yeah, I thought his starting position was excellent and he got to the ball first. It's a tricky one because Spence is so fast. Neil probably thought he was comfortable at one stage and then realised, okay, now this lad's on top of me, but it was an unfortunate collision. Two honest players going for the ball and their momentum's just made them collide. So, but the most important thing, hopefully Neil is okay.
In terms of the game itself, it ended in defeat, but what did you make of it?
So frustrating because for large parts of the game I felt we was the better side. Everything that we'd worked on through the week, how we can get in and around their penalty area, it worked and we got there a lot. Taking the goal away in the first half, I thought we was the better side. And second half there was nothing in it. I think it was probably more even second half, but then they get the goal from the set piece and that makes it really difficult. So, but again, I can't fault the players. I think effort-wise they gave everything, but we just lacked that quality in the final third, and that was the difference of the two teams.
Yeah, going up against an informed, confident Forest side in their backyard, you said it'd be a good gauge just to see how we compare. We want to get to that sort of situation. What did you learn today?
They're more clinical. They make the right decisions more than what we do, and that's what it is. It's nothing difficult. They make the right decision, the right weight of pass, you know, the cross when it's right time to cross, pass when it's the right time to pass. All these decisions are split-second ones, but they made the right one more than what we did, and with more quality, and that was what we need to improve on. And I think we've improved as a team again. I thought we moved the ball well and caused them problems, but we didn't ask enough questions of their goalkeeper.
Yeah, you'll always pick the bones out of goals that you concede, but to go behind so early in the game is a big frustration. It gives you a lot to do away from home.
Yeah. Obviously, guards getting caught in the middle of the park, too many touches. But you have to say, good finish from their lad. But that's them. They've got pace on the break and they punish her, and they've been doing it ever since the manager's gone in there. And then the second one, it's the fella on the back of the head from a yard or two out. That shouldn't happen. That's a bad goal. So both goals we should have done better, and in the final third we should have done better. So frustrating because there was a lot of good things, but it just shows that we still got a fair way to go to improve to getting in around them top 6 teams.
If we can dwell on a couple of the positives, as you say, Taylor Richards, Junior Bakuna getting in good areas, and in flashes and spells this afternoon they showed they can cause a problem or two for the opposition.
Yeah, and again, it's things that we was working on in the week to try and get them on the ball and to cause problems, but we've come away without scoring a goal. So it's okay having that little bits of quality here and there, but there has to be end product, and not just them two, but that's what we have to work on as a group. So, but I thought they both done well today.
Yeah, a change of tact in that second half, just to throw the big lads up in Troy Deeney and Lucas Jukovic, Jordan Graham supplying from the right hand side, and they gave you a little something, didn't they?
Yeah. Obviously, it was a case of we need a goal now and try something a little bit different. Put the two big fellas on and put balls in the box and ask some questions that way, and we did, but. Yeah, we huffed and puffed at the end, but just didn't have that little bit of quality.
Well, there you go.
Well, he had quite a lot to say there, didn't he? He looks frustrated.
Yeah.
And I understand that, right? I understand that. Of course I do. Let me just turn my volume down on me. Scooby-Doo, there we go. I don't know. He said
we just seem to be getting more of interviews where he's dejected. I know we do win now and again, but it seems to be when he's down, isn't he?
Well, right, okay, right. When Blues lose, right, and I've got my passion, Chris. I won't speak to anybody over the weekend if we lose on a Saturday.
Yeah,
I won't speak to anybody.
Yeah,
nobody.
I think it's almost a good thing I think it's almost a good thing that he looks so dejected in the interviews, because it shows that he cares. It shows it shows it.
Oliver, I don't think he was dejected. I think it's more frustrated. Yeah, and look, Lee Bowyer is a winner, no matter what you say. Right, he's a battler and a winner. And like you say, said earlier, it's not his team, and I think he needs to have this close season. A long, hard, good look at what's going on. I don't know. Will we keep those great loanees that we've got? I don't know. I don't think so. Probably not. But then we've got to look at other options, haven't we?
Just in terms of the atmosphere as well. Do you not think that could just be down to like societal changes? It's not like it's just a Birmingham thing, like where the atmosphere is poor. We can't sell out like every game. You got some Premier League grounds and Premier League clubs who aren't, selling every seat. It's not just a Blues thing.
Right, over a third of our stadium is still closed, and we still can't sell out the other bits. Doesn't that say it all?
Yeah,
I mean, to be honest,
and it's down to people like me, because of what's gone on at the club. I've lost that passion, lost your desire, lost your heart.
It's not even like when the ground was fully open. It was like packed out. You still had the seats here and there.
Sorry, Oliver. Sorry.
No, I was just saying, because obviously I can't speak for going in the 70s or whenever it was you were on about, but it's not just a Blues thing that you're not having the atmosphere, you're not having the.
No, I'll get you, Oliver.
No,
right?
it has changed a lot,
What you've got to do, Oliver, after this show is finished, right, is get onto YouTube and look at some of those games in the 70s. Look at the passion, look at the desire, look at the fight, look at the mud. Huh?
Yeah.
The ball was 3 times heavier.
Yeah.
I think like the authorities of football have changed football that much. It's almost become American. Huh?
Yeah.
Without the weather.
I think just football in general just changed from back then. It might be a tough one to admit, but I think that's just the way it's gone, to be honest.
Yeah.
Mark, you wanted to come in there, Mark, didn't you?
I just want to say there was a really good point by Oliver about the atmosphere in general, because, well, again, Forest the other day, it wasn't loud, it wasn't raucous, considering where they're flying up the league. I thought it was quite poor, to be honest. And I know in a few days before, some of the lads at work, the Coventry lads, went when they played them, and they said the same thing. The atmosphere is shocking for a side who are flying up the league. It just wasn't particularly good. And I think it is a football thing in general. Yeah. Like I say, Nick said about the old videos. You look at the old, the year we went up in the playoffs, the home games leading up to the playoffs.
Yeah.
And even when we played, them lot up the road a couple of years ago, you could get a ticket the day before the game.
Yeah, crazy. And it wasn't full then either, was it? I've never, Mark, ever known St Andrews not to be absolutely to the rafters when we were playing the Scumbags.
Yeah.
Yeah. And a couple of years ago, like you say, there were tickets everywhere. There were seats everywhere.
Yeah.
That's unheard of.
Not good enough. Okay, when I say it's not good enough, I have to look at myself when I say it's not good enough, because at the moment, I'm kind of not going, right? And we've got a game on Friday. I've got to sit down and think, do I want to go?
Of course you do.
You say, of course you do, Craig. But when you've got to finish work and then travel an hour and a half into Browne, yeah, and you know it's going to cost you 30 quid in petrol, and you know it's going to cost you to get into the ground, you know it's going to cost you a pie and a pint or whatever you have, blah, 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 blah. And you think to yourself, is this value for money?
Yeah, but Nick, that's the thing. Less than 10 years ago, you wouldn't have thought twice.
No, mate, and I wouldn't, Chris.
If they were in the Premier League, losing every single week,
Craig. I went to when we were in Division 3. I went to games home and away when we were in Division 3.
I'm friendlies.
Friendlies. I went to Roaster, which is a village up here. When Terry Cooper came up, right, I bought him a pint. Didn't get me one back, take it, right, and. This is like, a little football team just up the road here. Blues were playing, I'm there. When the Blues are playing, I'll be there. And that's how it was. But I don't know, I just can't get that energy at the minute.
No. And if you couldn't go in them days, you'd go and watch the reserves.
How much of the way that we are do you think is because of COVID? I know it sounds,
it's had a massive, I think it's had a massive impact. A massive impact, right? You're watching football games with no crowd there. It's akin to watching your local team up the road, isn't it? And there's no atmosphere, and they didn't really kind of portray any crowd overlays and this, that, and the other. And COVID's had a massive impact, without a doubt. But what's also had a massive impact on me is how the club's been run.
Yeah. What can we change? Honestly, I don't know what else. At this present moment, I don't know what else we could do as a club to change the way things are, because they're trying. And there was a really good, if people haven't listened to it, right, Tom Roberts' podcast with Ian Dutton was brilliant, because he was so honest. And people will say, it's behind the camera. He's saying it because nobody can see him and everything else. It's been edited. No,
I don't get that. No,
he was being honest. And the fact was, he has said there have been years of demise at the club, and it's not an overnight thing to get back to where he wants them to be. And that was the one. This is what came out nice and clear. It's where he wants them to be, right? Ian is the driving force. We are, and we have agreed, as you know, for Ian to come on this show, and people will see it on camera just how, passionate that guy is. If we work with him, we can get it back. We all say we want our club. We've got to do it together. It's not just one person, it's everyone.
Yeah.
And I know people are disgruntled, but do you know what? sometimes the disgruntlement is you go back down and you get the love back, and then that perhaps is the time that things will change.
Craig, I only need to go once, and you know what I'll do? I'll end up sobbing when I get there. I know what I'm like, mate. Right, okay, some great comments going in. Violet saying here, we don't play exciting football, atmosphere's dull, and I think if players can't be bothered, then some fans can't be bothered either. Michael Evans, Nick, I'm from Uttoxeter. Welcome, Michael. And we'll be there. Full car. Go to Derby, go to the Star and watch Derby games on the telly. They don't put the telly on in the Star. It's a rock pub, mate. Come on, you must know the town by now. Some more comments come in, but I can't see it at the minute, and I'll come back to them very shortly.
Well, guess who's on YouTube, Nicholas?
Who's on YouTube?
Our old friend, Kevin Kelly.
Kev Kelly!
Hey!
Blimey. Welcome to
He
the
says,
show,
hello,
Kev.
Chris. Hope you and all the guys are well.
Nice one.
There you go.
Here we go, Coleman. It's right. There's a huge contingent of disabled, vulnerable people who haven't gone out since the pandemic started. That's not just supporters, Steve Portman. You are absolutely right, sir. You're absolutely right.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
I know at the start of this season, when I'd been 18 months, nearly 2 years since I'd been to a proper football match. And I had, I went to we played Colchester in the League Cup, and I went, you know, couldn't wait to get there. And okay, I knew there was only going to be 6,000 or 7,000 there. It wasn't like I was expecting the place to be rocking. And okay, it was okay, you know. Second team playing Colchester, we won 1-0. I came away reasonably happy. Then I went to the Saturday and it was Stoke, and the fact that the ground was still looked the same as it was on the telly when there was nobody there, it spoils it for me.
Yeah.
And it's you know I don't normally think, you know, Nick will say, we got to get behind the team, whatever. I always wonder whether, you know, the crowd inspire the players or do the players inspire the crowd? And
I think it's 50-50, Alan.
Yeah, it's 50-50. But that Stoke game, which was unfortunately a 0-0 draw anyway, I'll come out, you know, what have I actually... I've been dying for this for 2 years, and I ain't coming out thinking, well, that was worth the trip.
I looked at that Stoke side, Alan, right? I went to that game. I looked at that Stoke side and I thought, man, they are going to be right up there this year. They are big. They are strong. And they are committed. And then it all fell apart mid-season for them, didn't it?
Yeah. So I'd gone to 2 games. We hadn't conceded a goal. And as you say, Stoke, it was a big fixture, it appeared to be, when we played Stoke, because, you know, you're expecting them to be up there. It was a bit of a disappointing game, but, you know, I've been to 2 games, but there was something, it just didn't feel right. It was, you know, looking, I mean, this match here now, Huddersfield and Luton. Huddersfield's one end of the ground is completely shut, and theirs isn't falling down. It's just nobody's bloody interested anymore.
No.
So why are we any different? You know,
I think on all grounds, when you watch it on TV now, there's more empty seats now than I can remember ever being. That's all grounds, yeah. Like Kev Kelly says, Kev Kelly says, I've not been to a match since the pandemic as I have a clinically vulnerable son. I've not been able to risk going with COVID so rampant. I still bought a season ticket and it remains unused.
Wow.
Well, so Paul Barrett Bryant said the price of a season ticket in the 80s was 45
Yeah,
quid.
that's about right.
Gary Johnson, Ian Dutton might want what he said, but he won't get it with the awful owners we have. So it's actually a pointless statement to come out with, and it will only frustrate fans in the end. And where Birmingham City is this next fans-led review? I'm still waiting. I will come. I will drive my car to St Andrews. I will come free of charge. I don't need paying for it, right? But I want to ask you some questions that not only me, because I'm frustrated and I'm not turning up every week, right? And you're losing that revenue. You're losing it, mate.
You're not on about the fan-led review, Nick. You're on about the meeting. The
fan meeting, yeah. Sorry, beg your pardon. And,
get it right, please.
I've only got one job. But where is the next lot of communication? What's come out of the club so far?
Well, I think what's going to happen is that we're going to have Ian Dutton on, and we're going to have our own meeting.
Then bring Ian Dutton on.
I think that's the plan.
I'm sure. Look, I'm sure Ian's a lovely bloke, right? And I'm sure he's got Birmingham City Football Club at heart, right? We don't need to know everything that's going on at the club. We need to know fundamental questions and answers. The things that the fans want to know, right?
Yeah.
Right.
I don't think they can answer some of it though, Nick.
No.
I'll be as a fan, I'd wholeheartedly agree with what you say. But what I would rather have is facts rather than.
Of course. Yes, I agree with you, Craig. 100%, I agree with you.
I would rather hear, and all the work that's going on in the stadium at the moment, right? You can see it happening. I think that they are waiting to find the results of that before you have that meeting, and the reason will be they will tell you there and then what's going to happen. And the rest of it, there's not one club in this country that can say that they are 100% happy with their owners. I don't care who it is. Manchester City fans will still whinge over things. Newcastle fans will still whinge, right? West Brom. Yeah. We are not going to get new owners. We are not for sale. They've made that blatantly clear. But the one thing we can do is, as fans, we can make that stadium bounce. Not literally, but we can make it an option that people look at and think, you know what, yeah, I'll be interested in having a look. And then at some point, somebody's going to make an offer. And when that offer's made, they might think about it.
Yeah. We've got to put ourselves on that.
Yeah. And the football inside is not necessarily the selling point. I've never, and I'll still to this day, right? The only time I've ever seen fancy football is when Dougarry was down there. The rest of it was about getting your foot in, putting in the tackle that G'd up the fans, right?
100%. Blood and thunder, that's the Birmingham City way.
Yeah. Well, the best moment in our history was the Carling Cup. How did we win that? Did we pass off and off the pitch?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. No, we had a stroke of really good fortune at the end of that game, right? And we don't normally get that, Mark. Yeah.
No. I wouldn't say it was all good fortune.
That opportunity was taken, right? And from that moment, of that split second onwards, we knew that silverware was coming back to St Andrews. We knew. We all knew. Every one of us knew because we locked them back doors, mate. And a couple of minutes later, it was all over. Game over. As is the Carling Cup. Thank you very much, Arsenal.
Minutes I've ever been through.
I know, mate. I know.
Mr. Hipkiss is watching, and he's just come up with a perfect statement. Brian Clough said, "Don't tell us, show me."
Yeah.
And it's so true. The football inside of it doesn't have to be pretty. If you don't concede a goal, you don't lose a game. So if defence starts up front, right? Saturday we started with one up front. It was the wrong thing to do.
Completely wrong.
It's got to be two up front, and I think it will be because Lyle Taylor will be able to play. That guy is proving, not to us as fans, but at the moment, he's pushing this club for a contract at the end of it.
Yeah.
We actually should be looking to build a team around him.
Well, following on from that, Craig, he actually lifts the place. I mean,
he does, yeah.
His antics against West Brom, the stuff off the ball when he's winding up the Baggies fans, it was just, it needed that lift. And it brought a smile to everyone's face. The game was dire. Okay, we won it, but it was dire. But everyone came out, we came out just laughing.
What was the major talking point? two major talking points for the game: the penalty and how he took it, and the second one was the fact that he threw the ball at Andy Carroll and laughed at him.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay, Richard Golding's message in. Sorry I couldn't make it tonight, guys. Just got in from work. You poor man. Richard, Craig, have we got anybody in next week?
We haven't. I've reached out to Richard, and he's going to see what his diary is.
Okay, Richard, really, please try and come on next week, mate, because there is one question that I really need to ask you. It's nothing horrible or anything, mate, I promise you. But there's just one question. There's one question that I need to ask you to make my life complete.
I'm sorry, he cannot possibly tell you what was in the shed.
I just wanted to read
a double-decker bus, weren't it?
I just want him to read the result out from Aston on Sunday, like he does.
Yeah.
What were you saying before we went on air, Alan, regarding at Villa Park? They don't. Vile Park. They don't announce the
Spurs supported on Talk Radio said that the home announcers did not read out the Tottenham team. They only gave you the home team.
They don't anywhere now.
We don't. I think we didn't last season.
No, we didn't. We did not. Absolutely, we did not.
So maybe we should.
But we do now. We have done the last few games. Certain of that. They certainly read the Albion team out, and probably since Christmas anyway they've been doing it. But I can't understand why. I mean, in the old days, they used to read it out quickly, and this is blah blah blah, so. There'd be a few who are yous and all that, and then he'd read our team out and make a big production of it, and in goal, blah blah blah. Tickle his fancy.
What comment was that? What was that?
Wasn't that funny?
I've just seen the photo of Craig Courtney. Sorry.
Oh, you okay?
Brilliant.
Yeah.
I didn't.
Absolutely brilliant.
Comedic career had returned then.
Sorry for that, Alan. That really got me.
You were never that funny, Alan.
I'm looking out for this now. Hot off the press, I can confirm that we will be joined by Richard next week. And
excellent, Richard. Well done, mate. Thank you.
It only took 10 years.
Have you made the announcement on the day yet?
Pardon?
Have you made the announcements on the day yet?
What day?
Next week.
What about what?
About the show.
Oh right,
it's
okay.
Monday next week.
Oh, of course, yeah. We're not going to do Monday. Yeah, so we're going to hopefully do Wednesday.
Yeah, midweek.
Richard, are you okay for Wednesday? Richard, please get in touch. Thank you very much, my friend.
He has confirmed that to me. I've just listened to his message.
What, the Wednesday is okay?
Yep.
Superb.
Excellent.
Cannot wait to get Richard Golding on the show. Richard's been there for donkey's years. He's probably older than Linda.
Nah.
And he's the guy that introduces our team, right? Well, I've got to get my passion back. Yeah.
Can you what?
My passion back, Chris. I've got to get my passion back.
Something? Okay.
To be honest,
Nick,
you get little blue tablets for
that. Where from, Mark?
How do you know, Mark? How do you know, Mark?
What were we talking about? Sorry.
Richard can't wait for your question, Nick.
Richard, it's a question, right? It's nothing horrible, mate. I promise you, because I not only wouldn't, but I couldn't do that to anybody. And it's just one simple question. And I know you've been a DJ for a very long time, but I was a DJ 42 years. 42 years, ladies and gentlemen. I was a DJ for. Yeah. And I've now done this for 11 years, right?
Did you put the 78s on when you started?
I'll drive down to Brighton and smack you around the ear hole. Yeah. My first disco unit had a horn. Oh, Alan, what you like, mate? What you like?
Welcome this evening to Connor Tierney as well. He's watching us. So, Nick, you better be good. Otherwise, we're still going to put you in the ring with Connor, and I know who my money's on.
I'll knock 7 colours out of him, mate. I promise you. I'm only 60. I've had 3 spine operations, 3 on my leg, 2 on my toe, 4 hernias, and he's down, mate. He's gone. I'll do him. I'll take him out, mate. No problem. Yeah, welcome, Connor Tierney. Nice to have you on the show, buddy. Don't do Tuesday. Me and Lindsay are busy from Steve Portman, so we're going to do Wednesday, aren't we? Wednesday?
It is Wednesday.
Wednesday, Steve. It's going to be Wednesday. Why don't we play music when we score? Create a better atmosphere. Chelsea. Do you know what? Right. I watched a Premier League game. Arsenal. Right? And when they score, these huge flags come out. You got a huge flag in front of me when I want to watch what's going on.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Put your flag down. Your flags are stupid.
And those flags they are massive, aren't they, as well?
Oh my God, Chris Brown, that is so funny. Oh God, I've lost it.
He's gone.
I proper lost it. I mean it. Oh my God, that is hilarious.
Nick,
Brilliant.
you're talking about flags, but on Saturday they had giant streamers coming off the top tier of their stand, coming down to the bottom tier where they were all holding on to it. Then they had a big giant flag across the middle. Still no singing. It was unreal. Wasn't it, Mark? It was terrible.
It was dire. Absolutely dire. For a cider.
Hang on, where was this?
Forest.
Right, okay.
And it wasn't, they all talk about how they try and build an atmosphere and everything else. Well, at that stadium, 29,000. Over 29,000 were there. You wouldn't have thought there was 15.
Really?
The one thing to look out for, look for the video on YouTube and Facebook of one of our star fans giving them a dance.
Oh, yes.
It's brilliant.
I was going to put that clip up, but I've lost it. I forgot it.
Have you? Oh, that's a shame.
Oh,
right,
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Richard Goldie says, take care, guys. See you next Wednesday. Great news, Richard. You'll be in next Wednesday, mate. No to the music. Right, some people are asking, can we have music when we score a goal?
Not a fan of that.
And do you know what? Oh, God, here he is again. Brilliant. I'm not a fan. Like, who wants to take a drum to the football? A drum.
Oh, but did you see the video of the fans at Leicester? It was.
From Amsterdam.
They were absolutely
PSV, wasn't it?
PSV, yeah. I thought that atmosphere was fantastic.
Yeah, and it was all done. And I know what you're saying, Nick, but it was all done to a drum. It was just perfect.
Yeah,
it was
right.
brilliant.
Okay, Craig. Right. Our tannoy system. Oh, hang on, Scott Strange. Yeah, same. Our tannoy system is that poor, right? If those had been my speakers back in the day, I'd have stuck them in the bin, in the skip. I promise you.
However, I will say the tannoy was 1,000 times better at the last game.
Yeah.
For the first time, I've actually been able to hear what was being said.
Sorry, Paul Bryant says, what's
the crowd are all asleep?
Well, Paul Bryant says, what's the 78?
I know, yeah. What is it? 78?
Brilliant. It's the year before you're 79. Linda Magna, no to music. No.
Agreed, Linda, yeah.
Lindsay.
Too Americanized. Yeah, I agree with you, Linda. Yeah. No to music, too Americanized. Paul Hipkins, would you like to see Eye of the Tiger before we kick off?
Oh, crikey. I'm at that point.
Any more mentions?
Anything.
Any tune that would really inspire not only players but fans. Any tune that would inspire players, fans. Off you go. Right, most away grounds I've been to this season have been. Ours is awful. Scott Strange. I couldn't hear a word Connor said at half time against the Baggies. When you know what I really wanted to hear when Paul Robinson did his last speech,
Yeah, and his mum.
Just
His muscle.
Couldn't hear a word. Couldn't hear. It was awful.
We couldn't hear Connor, but we also didn't see him scoring into the Tilton either. So if you're still watching, Connor, I hope you've been practicing.
What do people think of the Ed Sheeran escapade as well? In the roost. Yeah, that was.
I think it's brilliant.
That was fantastic, wasn't it? Yeah, pretty fantastic.
Any idea where Ed Sheeran comes from?
It's Ipswich.
It's not Smethwick.
Ipswich.
He's an Ipswich fan.
And he's in the roost.
Yeah. I think he's a friend of. Is it
Ipswich?
Jacob?
I know exactly what's going on here, right? And all his shenanigans about him, like robbing songs and one thing and another.
Yeah.
Ipswich tried to steal "Keep Right On."
Oh, yeah,
I know.
They did sing
exactly
it.
why that man is in our city.
They did sing it. They sung it actually at a cup final as well.
At the cup final, yeah, I remember it.
Yeah, but I mean, in those days we were singing "We'll Never Walk Alone." So even as late as the 91 cup final, we sang it.
Any of you older people, right? My dad, God rest his soul, used to say that we used to sing "Michael Rode the Boat Ashore." Does anybody remember that?
Michael
Linda,
rode the
come on,
boat
let's
ashore.
go.
Hallelujah.
So
That was the Elvis version.
We're probably now talking the 50s. Okay.
Right, okay.
So Chris and Alan will be able to answer this question.
No, sorry.
I certainly don't remember Michael Rode the Boat Ashore.
Yeah, I know the song, but I don't remember singing it. Yeah.
Well, Linda was 40.
When singing became commonplace.
I think Linda wrote it.
She was in the video.
Until Liverpool came with their choir, the only thing you ever heard was "Keep Right On," and that usually occurred when we were winning or we needed inspired.
Sorry. Stephen Gill's just written the Benny Hill music of people.
I think, probably right. I've got to admit,
that would really get the fans going, though.
Anything,
silly,
anything. I just going back to that. I have to when I replay that 91 cup final. I have to forward fast it when it comes to that. When we're singing "Never Walk Alone." It's horrible. But I saw the Newcastle game as well with the flags. That was pretty
impressive,
special,
wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, they gave everybody flags. They weren't all the same flags. They were different flags. Weren't they?
No, Derby did it when we went to Derby. Do you remember, Chris?
Yes, right. Yeah, that was good.
And then that's when I had my photograph taken with my head against the wall when I was a little bit.
Yeah. When you were unusually drunk.
Yeah.
Yeah, unusually drunk, weren't you?
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
Okay. Question for everyone here. What if you were told you could choose one song to play on Friday before the teams came out? What would you choose?
And while they're having a think on that, I'll just quickly play the Ed Sheeran one because I think it's quite fun.
Mute us if you would.
And you know what? That was quite fun. Oh, somebody's playing. One of you still playing it, aren't you?
Sorry, me.
Yeah, the Derby atmosphere was unreal, says Scott Strange.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was great. But their owners created that atmosphere with all those flags.
Yeah. Why can't we have flags? We want flags.
What do we have at a Villa game?
Clappers
crying out loud, and 15,000 of them ended up on the pitch.
Oh no, let's not talk about that.
Honey. Lindsay Marie says, "Don't worry, be happy." Village People YMCA from Stephen Gill.
I think the Birdie song would go down well.
Oh my God!
That
is one song. Oh, shut up!
Oh, sorry. I like that
I mean it. I mean it. I'll be over in Solihull. And I will kill them ducks on your front garden.
I think for me personally, for the song, I think any song other than Mr. Blue Sky is not really going to do it, to be honest.
Well, I think we've done it, haven't we, Mr.
Do you know
Blue
what?
Sky?
Do you know what?
I do like it.
No, Chris, right. That moment, mate, it's hairs on arms going up, isn't it? Oh, crikey, we're into the last 15 minutes. Last 15 minutes, ladies and gentlemen, because it's Easter this week, Easter. You all eat chocolate, you all eat sweets, so it's anything to do with any confectionery whatsoever and football, any confectionery whatsoever and football. He's put me back on again. I love it. I think it's brilliant.
I'll say it before anybody else does then, so hotter chocolate's got to be in there. Get it out of the way.
Oh, no.
Get it out of the way.
That was mine.
Get it out of the way there.
That was mine, that was.
Brilliant.
Violet wants Nessa Dorma.
Violet Stone wants Nessa Dorma.
Yeah, I think that's a good one. That'd be a good one.
Don't you think if we could have a band playing perhaps Mr. Blue Sky, or even
any band?
Do you know what I like, Craig? The military marching bands.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, crikey! Come on, no, it's not 1936.
It might not. It might not be, but in our Rosen, isn't it? Yeah.
If you're born in 1936. Yeah, you're probably on your own now.
We've got Dwight Yorkie just come in. Dwight
Yorkie.
They're off.
Oh, yes. Toffee crisp off, doggery. That's really good.
Toffee crisp off. Oh, I'm wetting myself again. Oh, mate, please. Mark Overmars. We've got Noel Flake.
God! Can we say this?
Nicky chocolate butt.
Ons.
What's all that about?
Buttons, chocolate buttons.
I didn't see the last bit.
She always has to get that butt in.
Oh my God! I can't see. It's gone again. Gone. The writing's gone. I got it back. Andrea Botticelli. Nessun Dorma was amazing at the Euros, was stunning and gave me goosebumps. Yeah. Anything to do with confectionery?
We've had Mark over Mars.
Yeah.
Very good.
Mike Hill with his Love Hearts.
Mm-hmm. Can you do a what? Brilliant. Oh God. Love Hearts. Stop it.
John Terry's Chocolate Orange.
Well done. Who did that one?
That's Stephen Gill.
Oh.
We've also got David Boost of Coventry.
David Boost.
Oh.
Revels Morrison.
Revels Morrison. I'm dying here. Oh, you've really done me tonight.
Kenny Kelly wants to know what's happened to Paul Hipkiss.
Paul's not very well. We're not going to discuss why he's not very well because it's not our business. So he'll tell you if he wants to tell you. And we really, really, really wish him well and want him back as soon as possible. Not Bounty.
Not Bounty. That's good one.
Never.
Oh, God.
LA Galaxy.
Well done.
Cameron, sorry, Camilla and Toblerone is my winner at the minute. Camilla and Toblerone. And it's Pete Taylor again. Oh, brilliant. Oh, God, you guys make me laugh so much. Oh, Knott's Bounty, that's good as well, Cameron. Cameron Jerome, we've got Dilly Adirolo.
Dilly Adirolo.
Oh, God.
I'm crying. I'm actually crying, I promise you. Dilly Adirolo. Oh, quality, absolute quality. You're brilliant. You guys are absolutely brilliant.
Was there not a biscuit called United?
Yes.
Yeah, there was. Yeah.
I thought, because I'm getting a bit old now after this.
Yeah, I can tell.
United, yeah.
This does me in every Monday. Oh dear, there's a.
How about Birmingham City Football Club?
Oh, a whole lot of chocolate on your biscuit. Join our club.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah.
Yes.
If you like,
That's what made me think of it.
Chocolate on your biscuit, join our club. That's the Elvis version. That's a good one, isn't it?
Come on, people. Lion or bar Messi. Yeah. I'll get that one. Thomas
Clever.
Sorensen Butterfingers. Yeah, Stephen. Yeah. Get well, Paul from Michael Woods. Yeah, get well, Paul from everybody.
Yes.
From everybody, not just Michael Woods. From everybody.
Going to the game. Look forward to the game on Friday. What does everyone think about it? What's prediction?
It's going to be a difficult one, mate. I'll be honest with you. I think we're going
They're flying, aren't they?
Yeah.
I think I'll take a 1-1. I'll take that.
Barry Fry's chocolate cream. Barry Fry's chocolate cream. Alan Waters. Oh, Chris Brown, you're killing me. Please stop it, mate. Please. Oh, God.
I'm going to have to put you on mute. You're making me wet myself. Oh, that's a clever one, isn't it?
Oh, God.
Alt End Whisper. Yeah, clever. Well
we've got
done,
Fredo
John.
Lundberg. We've got Derby Bounty.
Derby Bouncy.
Solomon Bonbon. Tilton Talk Timeout.
We've done the We've done the Dwight York one.
Oh dear me, my belly's hurting. Really is hurting. Dwight York. Yeah, we've had that one.
Every game that we've played Coventry since before they came up, when they were sharing the ground, it's been a draw, hasn't it?
It's been a draw, yeah, every time.
And a few 0-0s in that. Like,
yeah,
I think it'll be the same on. I think we'll 1-1 on Friday.
You know what, Alan? Right? Okay. The first time we played Coventry at St Andrews, I think they were home, weren't they?
Yes.
The atmosphere 20 minutes before that game was amazing.
Yeah,
it was like
the olden days.
I came out of bar 8, right, and I'm thinking, wow, cannot wait to get in there. Look at me.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, this has been so funny tonight. Oh my god. Oh, Chris, you've broken me as a person.
Black Jack Butland.
Oh, I like that one. Yeah, and that's how it used to be. But that's right. As fans, what can we do then to get that back?
Yeah, what can we do?
Because St Andrews was a cauldron of fire and fury, right? And nobody used to like coming there. Nobody.
Yeah.
Now it's prawn sandwiches and
the seat's too hard.
I haven't got a cushion on my seat.
Yeah, the seat's too hard. Not padded. Yeah, I don't like the mayonnaise.
No, we've got street food.
Yeah.
Where's my burgers gone? Where's my freaking hot dogs gone?
Where's the
my
grease?
Burgers and my onions gone? Huh?
Yeah. Where's the warm beer?
I don't want street food, Chris. I don't want street food. I don't want to turn English football into American football. Now, go onto YouTube after this show's finished, of course, not now, because that'd be very rude for you to leave us, and put England supporters versus American supporters in football. Oh, and I tell you what, boom.
It's hilarious.
I've seen another one of those, yeah.
Who's incoming?
It's me.
Craig. Hello, Craig.
I'm coming back.
He's like a bad penny.
I'm just like Auntie Lindy. You can't get rid of me.
Yeah.
Sorry, Linda.
Brian Twix.
Brian Twix.
Lee says, I've suggested this track when the subject came up previously, but no one else agreed. You could even sing Taylor Struck when Lyle Taylor scores. The perfect crescendo build-up song. Taylor Struck. Oh, hang on, he means Thunderstruck.
Thunderstruck.
Ah, right. I think that's what, I don't know.
Okay.
Completely confused. To be fair,
Robin Van Hershey. We've got Robin Van Hershey. Thanks for Paul says, thanks for the well wishes. I hope to be back next week. It's nothing serious. Kiss, kiss.
I just thought about songs. Going back 10 or 12 years at least, every player had a song about them. I remember an interview with Jeff Horsfall. Somebody said, "What was your song?" And he said, "Who put the dogs out?" or something. And they all laughed. And I thought about it. And said, everybody had got something,
or a horse with no name that would go down well.
All that, Feed the Force and all that sort of stuff. Yeah. Can you think of one now? Somebody sings about one of our players.
Lyle Taylor. Lyle Taylor, baby.
Yeah, well, that's it, isn't it?
It's not PC, is it now, though?
But he's the only one that gets you off your seat at the moment, isn't he? He's, he sit there watching, and he is he is a personality, and people will sing his name and so on. But the rest of them,
no, I think you're right.
You think of the man from Serbia, and he will murder you, and all that, ridiculous. But it was a signature, wasn't it? And it just doesn't happen anymore.
Johnny Frayne.
Exactly.
Proper days.
Gordon,
we've got
Gordon Taylor.
Maltesers for Sal and...
Oh, bloody hell, it's 9 o'clock.
Revels Morrison. We have that one, I think. To be fair, the prices of the burgers and the hot dogs at the street food vendor outside the main stand were not far off the old prices, but much better quality. From Pete Taylor. Pete Taylor, I'm going to tell you now, mate, I just loved them filthy burgers. Once a week. Once a week you have a dirty food, don't you?
Yeah. Dirty what?
Food.
Oh, dirty blonde.
I must tell you a story about buying I don't normally buy stuff, food, but I was at Sheffield United. It was an evening game, and I'd driven up, and I was starving. And the chip shop was a queue a mile long, and there was a burger van on the other side of the road with nobody at it. So I went up to him and I said, "Can I have a burger?" And it was freezing cold, and I don't like cold bread. And I said, "Would you mind just flipping the bun over so you get a?" And he said,
"I like it like that." He
said, "It's a bit greasy, mate." And I said, "Oh, I didn't know you were selling health food." So he did that and put the thing together, and it was okay. I mean, I wouldn't recommend that kind of food from a health point of view. But if it's the best street food I had at a football match was in France, and I mean they gave you baguettes this long with full of pork and whatever. It was wonderful. But that isn't England, is it? It's not the same.
No. That's not the way we do it. Anyway, Nick, it's time to go.
There you go. It's time to go. Breaking news just coming through, ladies and gentlemen. Britney Spears is pregnant.
Fantastic. I don't know how I would have got through tonight without knowing now. I just don't know how would have got through.
Okay, the last few that are coming in is Matt Murray Mintz, Maltesers for Sale, Didier Deschamps, Penguin. Don't know that one. Great show, as always. Can't stop laughing. See you all next week from Violet Stone. Bless you. The street food is lovely, but struggle to carry it through the turnstiles. It needs to be inside the ground. Aribo West, and good night all from South Africa. Keep right on from Mike Hill. Ladies and gents, this has been the Tilton Talk Show, sponsored by Boylesports, principal sponsor of Birmingham City Football Club, and of course the M.A.Reilly, the French polishers, and the Garrison Coffee
Company. That's it. Well done.
I got it, Chris. I've got it all. I've got it all. I'm sorted, mate. I've got it. Huh? You don't need to worry about me, mate. I promise you. Apart from every other Monday. Ladies and gentlemen, Mark Adams.
Good night, everybody. Everyone has a good week. Stay safe.
Chairman of the board, Alan Watton.
It's Huddersfield 1. It's Huddersfield 1, Luton 0. And I wish you all a very good evening from the South Coast.
And from Oliver.
Night, everyone.
And from a good friend and great representative of the show, the one and only Mr. Craig Courtney.
Good night, everybody. 3 points on Friday and have a lovely...
Yeah, look forward to that. And from his absence, Paul Hipkiss, I will give you his goodbyes as he's absent at the moment, but hopefully he'll be back next week. Mrs. Browne.
Good evening.
Oliver.
Yes.
Good night.
You've already asked.
Go on, get him off.
Yeah.
Sharon! Sharon!
When we sing together, there at the end of the road.
Oh, ladies and gents, what a great laugh.
We are the lads from Tilton.
On a Monday night.
We'll support you till the end of the day.